The following video contains coarse language. Viewer discretion is advised.
Ding, 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 ding.
Walk-up time.
Welk.
You know, with these walk-ups, I've always just been lucking out, where they just end up stopping at the perfect time. For some reason, I don't know how it works, but it feels super cool. It's like the universe is yet again saying, you guys are doing a very good thing. Let's keep this up.
It's making sense.
Right? And then, right about now, it'll stop, and I'll be, Uncle Gramma story time! I'm not Uncle Gramma. He is. I'm Gary. Maggie is under the table right now. And we got a sponsorship, my friend. Can you believe this?
This is great.
King Palm. If you know anything about King Palm, you know. You load it up like an old muzzle loader from the Civil War days. And then you smoke it until you're done smoking it. And you put it out.
You can just tap it out and start it again later.
Start it right up. That's the beauty of these things. We love our friends over at King Palm. And thank you again for all the cool stuff that they send us so we can show it off. You can see them here.
Big fan of the gelato cream. That's
very good. Green apple. Like there's, and I think we got, what's the other one here? We got, Cherry Charm. There's a
Cherry
Charm going
Charms.
in there too. And those are the 0.5 grams.
yeah, the big
And
boys.
we got the ones. No, those are the small ones. And we got the bigger ones. And then they go with the 2 grams and the 3 grams. I love the 3 grams. You're
Oh, geez, a stinker. I
they're
haven't
the
even
best.
seen those.
Oh, I love them. I'm all out, actually. To our friends at King Palm, we'd love another refresher for the set here as we continue to promote your incredible product here on Uncle Gramma's Story Time.
Hey.
We also love to feed into Skynet and help it become not only sentient, but ready to take over the world. He's got his own little Tamagotchi Skynet pet that he feeds stuff into, and then it spits out all these different images, and we try to figure out what those words are that went into it. And this one's got me, dude. Like, obviously, it's a very fit man, little overweight, busting out of the pants, sitting on a cheeseburger on a towel at, I don't know, in a parking lot? Like a cheeseburger man sitting in a parking lot.
Oh, you got the cheeseburger part. You definitely got the cheeseburger part.
He's got a lot of wounds, too, a lot of sores.
But I'll clue you into what the rest of it is once I give our guest a call here, because it has a lot to do with our guest.
Okay.
So you got one, we'll say a third of it.
Okay.
You got a third of it right, and it's,
I like that.
Yeah, you cheeseburger man works real good.
It's literally a cheeseburger man.
The parking lot thing, though, now I'm starting to imagine why that guy would be just chilling out on a beach towel in the middle of a parking lot. Imagine if you saw that underground parking, guy just taking up a whole stall.
I definitely have some questions. I'd want to know, dude, what you smoking?
King Palm is what he's
Yeah, where's it at, brother? Wow, that's a great one right there. Huge shout out again to our friends last week. It was so awesome to finally get the Arcana Kings in here. Big announcement with the new member.
New bass player, Jason Arcan. We had
that sort of
great
blew up
week.
the internet a little bit, hey?
Well-
A lot of people were like, holy shit.
Yep, we had a lot of friends. I have a lot of, Jason and I have made a lot of friends back in the day that we've all, before Facebook, before social media and all this stuff. And when social media came about, it was actually really important for all of us to make sure that we're connecting with all these people. It's like, this is a way that we can, because we don't have phone numbers for all of our random bartender or friends that we met
So many
up in the
people
Yukon.
that you meet on the way, yeah.
Yeah, northern BC and the Yukon, a lot of these places where it's kind of really desolate. So Facebook was really good for connecting with everybody.
Keep pulling together.
That was a big thing for me and Jason when we posted that he's playing with Arcana Kings again. We got all this feedback from all these old Vagabond friends that they're like, holy shit, you guys are playing together. It's like,
boat.
and it's been exciting. I've played for many years with Mike and Dave from Vagabond as Johnny Don't.
Hell yeah.
And Jason was never a part of that group. And now just kind of everything coming full circle again, and we're going to be on the road, and I'm so excited to be on the road with them, and the rest of the guys obviously too, but excited for them to be on the road with Jason as well, because he's just a blast.
Just the perfect fit. The perfect fit for the situation.
Oh yeah, like you could be hanging out in a gas station, you're going to have fun with that guy. It's
That's
just
my
the
kind of
blast.
guy.
Yeah, exactly.
We also got something else here, and I feel like we can both use a drink as our voices.
Yeah,
are
let's
starting
do
to
it.
go.
I bought you Dad's root beer because I'm a grandma.
Not
and these are to the dads.
sponsored yet, but yeah.
Oh man, if we could find who even makes it? Is
I
it
don't
just
know.
a dad somewhere?
Someone's dad somewhere, yeah. Doesn't really say, does it?
And I always.
Hopefully we don't get in trouble.
Do you have an old memory of Dad's root beer?
Dude, I just remember absolutely loving it. I never had it.
Yeah.
I never got my hands on it as a kid, and I've never been a root beer guy, but I remember if I was getting a root beer, this is the one I always wanted.
Right.
Everyone knows about it. Now, do you think it's the same as the people that did the Dad's cookies?
That's a really good question.
Sort of looks like the same logo, right?
Man, that I never even thought that. Never even put that together.
Could you imagine if that was like their conglomerate? Corner of the market on cookies and root beer?
Yeah, old root marm.
What's the line from Slapshot? Orange or grape, none of that stinking root beer.
Cheers. Clinky clink.
Do it proper. Oh, man. It's better than you remember, hey? It's better than you remember.
Oh, it's sharp.
It's so good.
I love it.
It really emphasizes the sarsaparilla.
Yeah.
God, I love Dad's stuff.
Every time I see it, I have the exact same memory every time. I would go to, because I'm from Kalonze,
Shout out Kalonze.
not far away from the Kalonze mine. A lot of things, a lot of farming, a lot of mining, a lot of all that other stuff. But we're really close to a bunch of other towns that probably other people know, but near Manitou Beach.
There it is.
So it was one of those things that, on a Sunday, if Dad wasn't farming or working or doing stuff like that, we'd make a trip out to Manitou, and we'd stop in at Pip's Confectionery in Watrous, and I would get myself a Dad's root beer and a bag of cheesies. And for some reason, those I can taste cheesies in my mouth right now. And I swear to God,
yes.
word to the wise, you eat cheesies, they get stuck in your teeth and all of it. It's great. Their Hawkins cheesies are the best, but there is only one thing in the world that chemically removes them from your teeth, and that is a Dad's root beer.
And dude, the cookies are Dad's old-fashioned cookies too.
Totally.
That's got to be the same.
I bet
the Dad's brand.
We should try that. Eat a Dad's cookie, just oatmeal cookie.
Dude, space-time
and it gets stuck in your teeth.
Would explode.
If that root beer gets it out of your teeth, I think they're made by the same people.
Science.
It's friggin' science.
Science, bro.
We don't explain. We're not scientists.
No.
Science is just science.
We just play non-scientists on TV.
Yeah.
Is what we say. We got a guest today, bro.
Yeah, man.
I don't know who the guest is. I don't know what we're doing, but you said get the headset on.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pop my headset in here. Are we ready to get into it?
I'm giving him a shout right now.
See how it goes? The beauty of this show, ladies and gentlemen, at any point in time, you could be getting a phone call from Grandma, and we could be getting you on the show. Look at that. Can't believe we got this figured out and working. Let's see who we're checking in with. I'm not looking at the name yet. I'm looking at the big screen.
Yeah, I'm trying to not let you see it.
Yeah. So I'm not going to look. I'm going to be surprised.
I'm assuming he's at work. He told me to give him 15, 20-minute heads up, and I did.
That's okay. This is how these things go.
Yeah, we can give him a shout here in a minute. He might even call back.
I bet you. Well, that's what Porno Al likes to do, hey?
Yeah.
When we check it. Oh, any news from the Davidson rink?
I haven't heard. I think there's a big. I'm always assuming that there's a Bonspiel happening at some point.
It is Davidson rink.
Well,
And it is Bonspiel season.
It's Bonspiel season.
Oh,
here we
there you
go.
go.
Oh, you can hear it too, eh?
Oh, yeah, I got you in now. That's very cool. Oh, man.
Oh,
Everything's
I gotta
buzzing.
close that thing.
And now you're
come
going to
back.
leave him hanging.
I don't want to leave him
How
hanging.
dare you not answer?
How you doing, bro?
I'm all right. You caught me just the right time. I was just about to head home here,
Oh,
but
good.
I'll stick around for a few minutes.
Are you working?
Amazing.
Yeah, we got a big weekend, so we were getting all our prep work done.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to introduce you to my buddy Gary here. Can you see him?
Yeah.
Oh, there I am.
Yeah, sweet.
Hello,
All right, Gary, this is Ted.
Ted.
We've
I've heard about Ted.
yeah,
I've heard stories.
and I still have not given you any money, nor will I, but I will try
I
and
gotta go.
promote your
I'm
business.
busy.
I want to promote your business.
Something just came up. Fucking time is money, you know.
Oh, I love this so much. That's been the whole ongoing thing. It's like everyone keeps saying, "Yeah, Ted, we're not going to pay you," and I've never met the Ted. I'm like, why doesn't anybody want to pay Ted the money?
Because I told Graham, I said I want fucking royalties every time my name gets mentioned.
And you're not
Because
abiding by that.
I was like, I'm sure it comes up enough.
It's made for a great ongoing joke for sure.
Maybe not always in the best way, but I was like, I guarantee my name's come up, and I was right.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Especially when James was here. Like that was
The big one. James was non-stop with the Ted drops. It was very
Like James, the tentative plan is for me, James, and Nate to maybe take a drive up there and do this in person. We would really like to do that.
I think that's the way to go. Like, because there's a whole bunch of shit that ties everybody together. Like, you're all in Calgary, but everyone's from,
different spots.
yeah. So Montreal, you're Thunder Bay.
Oh!
Oh,
This is a fucking legend. If you don't know who Dan Neild is, what up?
what's up, Dan?
Hell
Yeah.
Listen to Immortal Force. Tell him to listen to Immortal Force.
I'm not telling him to listen to your shitty band.
Go to school back there with the real kind, not lame shit.
Play a show and I'll plug you.
Oh, hell
So
yeah.
these guys,
Fucking his band's like signed and albums and T-shirts out. I'm like, play a show, play a fucking show. Fucking internet band.
I knew I would love Ted right off the bat. Like, this is my kind of guy right there. Oh,
so like,
Like, what are we fucking doing here?
why don't they play your own venue? You own a freaking venue.
Well, with his band, no, for real though. Shout out Immortal Force. Fucking sick old school death metal.
Cool.
They're multi-city. That's all. That's
Oh,
the
yeah,
only
yeah.
reason.
You're
Yeah.
all about
Tough
that.
to do that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of them are out in BC, so like they get together when they can.
Right. So yeah, I've told you this about told Gary about your business, Bastion Burger.
Many shout-outs.
right now.
That's where you're at right now. Everybody go to, and it's at Pin Bar on
Yeah.
17th.
Located inside Pin Bar, corner of 17th Ave and 4th Street, downtown Calgary.
Awesome. Right, and sick location too. Like that's just pretty much central. as
Right
you can
on the
get.
corner of like the two streets you want to be on downtown. We're right on the corner of it.
Exactly. It's killer.
There's been so many shout-outs. I'm almost planning a trip just to get out there and try these delicious burgers because every single person that talks about it says they're second to none, man. Best in the fucking business right there.
There you go.
I love to hear it. Like, I'm not just being corny. Like, that means a lot. I love hearing it.
Yeah.
And if you ever do come out, you let us know, and we'll treat you as well as we can.
Sweet. Like so that was I always make like some stupid AI art every time I.
Oh,
I've noticed.
Yeah. So yeah, I made a.
Put it together.
Yeah. So I was trying to get him to guess, and it was just like, so I wrote Bastion Booger dressed up as a hamburger. And it's really stupid.
I'm very upset.
Imagine that.
Very upset I didn't get it because I
was
remember
close.
Bastion Booger, the actual wrestler,
Yeah.
who came out.
You know,
with, like,
that was
cupcakes.
actually just a happy accident because people ask us all the time if that was the name. I don't watch wrestling because I'm a grown man, so I had no idea.
Shout out Jimmy.
So I had no idea, but when people ask, I go, yes,
Of course. Absolutely.
absolutely.
That's the best part about Bastion.
Do you like that? Then yes. No, but like I mean, full transparency. The name is just it was we wanted alliteration.
Yeah.
We wanted a B word.
Yeah.
And the idea is supposed to be like the last bastion of burgers, like
Yeah.
right?
No,
Like
it all makes
a
sense.
fortress of burgers.
And for the record, that's way fucking better than the wrestler Bastion Booger.
I
because
agree.
He wasn't a very good wrestler. He was just a fat dude that had like duct tape around his nipples and his balls, and he would like pick
Well,
his
he's
nose.
like
and,
I guess he's like a fucking hometown hero too. So like I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
So like I said, that was kind of a happy accident.
Yeah,
but
he's like a heart guy, right? Like,
something like that.
Oh, see, I didn't know
He's
nothing
got
about
some.
him.
He's got some connection to the prairies here.
yeah.
So
Hey, shout out to Bastion.
I don't
Booger.
know if he's from Calgary. He might be from. He might be from your province.
Yeah. Well,
I can't remember. And
there's
again, I
always
don't
those
fucking
connections
care
with
either.
the dungeon.
That's the most important point. Is we don't fucking care. The point is the burgers are fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Eat 'em.
Yeah, the burgers are great. No disrespect to Bastion Booger, but that isn't the namesake.
So I just want to go for brief history, like how we met. We met basically through James, I'm pretty sure. playing shows.
But the best of my recollection, yes, because
every
and
time,
asked Sparky.
yeah, every time
Yeah.
they would go through, like they were playing with Faceless Hulk, which
Yeah.
is the old band, the old Thunder Bay band,
Yeah.
and Ted was the lead singer of Faceless Hulk. And, it was, I think, a couple of years later. I don't know. Did you go on tour on your own, or did you come out with them?
Sorry, 1 sec.
No worries.
I'm gonna be like 15 minutes. You want to stick around? Or are you just gonna go? Okay, I'll catch up with you. I gotta do this. So. we were gonna walk together, but I told him he can go. Later, bye. I'll call you later.
Need a safety buddy.
Yeah.
So, like,
Fucking wild out here in these streets.
did you guys come? I can't remember actually. Did you guys come through Saskatoon with Endos, or did you come by yourself? When you guys came and stayed?
We met you in Thunder Bay.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd be happy to reiterate my part of this story because it's fun. To me, it's hilarious because at the time, Faceless Hulk was playing like 3 or 4 shows a week in Thunder Bay, which
as you do.
Well, here's the thing. They were always packed, so we kept playing them.
Yeah.
We like oversaturation hadn't entered our vocabulary at that point in our life yet, right? Now, like nowadays, you would never fucking play 4 shows in the same week in your hometown. You would never do it. Back then, that wasn't a guideline we worked on.
No.
Well, and if people are showing up too, right?
Yeah, exactly. People there'd be 300 kids on a Tuesday, so like, yeah, sure, we'll play. Yeah, we'll play again, sure. And this was like, this was only a couple of years into our life, like, in the broad picture, that was earlier in our life. So Sparky and Endast had teamed up, and you guys had toured through already once. Mm-hmm. And Jason Wellwood was at LU Radio, and he was the one offering us a lot of shows, and we pretty much said yes all the time. But then there was a show, like you guys, it was Endast and Sparky coming in, and it was a weekday show, and we turned it down simply because we were starting to be like, fuck, like, we play a lot, and we hadn't heard of you guys. Yeah. And so we were just like, we're gonna, and it wasn't like out of disrespect to you guys or anything like that. Oh, fuck these bands. We were just like, we have to turn one down. We're kind of burnt out here. Yeah. And then you guys came, and we were like, oh, fuck, like we should have played.
Yeah.
And then the next time you guys rolled through, it's been taped at the dicks ever since.
Yeah. Dick, ball, dick.
That's right.
That's the way we do.
This show so much, man. This is the fucking best.
I remember at one point, like that was like a thing, the whole dick ball dick thing, and there's a crowd chant at one point, dick ball dick, dick ball. Like, how do you sleep in the van next to each other? Dick ball dick. That's how you do it. Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah, we didn't like all that immaturity stuff, right? Like
We're a serious
we were
band.
like we took our art seriously, you know.
Most metal bands do, yeah.
Yeah,
That's the big
metal
secret.
is very serious, very serious,
So
seriously stupid.
if I get so that's like the history shit. You got 2 new projects on the go, right? You're in a metal band or a not metal band. What would you
No, it's
consider the
fucking
first?
death metal, but it's
Death
like
metal, yeah.
300 BPM hyper blasting fucking annihilation.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're called Despisal.
right.
It's me and Craig Rayburn and Brian Gillingham, formerly of Akakor, was probably they were in a band together called Akakor. Brian's done a bunch of other things too. He was like in Okazaki Fragments, Anachronist, a lot of hyper blast, fucking death metal shit.
Super fast. crazy
And
shit.
we just got a bass player. Her name is Vanessa. She's amazing. She's exactly what we needed.
Nice.
So we're excited to play live with her now because our first 2 shows we did it without a bass player.
Did you guys book a show here in Saskatoon?
yet.
No,
Not yet.
Yeah.
I'm open to it though.
Yeah, because I remember I was trying to get you guys at least hooked up with a guy, and then the guy that books that venue was playing at your venue, and I was like, you should go talk to that guy. Get a show in Saskatoon. But we've already kind of talked about that. So you should just call and get a hold of somebody, and we'll get something going out here for sure.
Absolutely, yeah, because we do shows here pretty regularly. So
And then you come
and
and do...
then people come out.
Yeah.
We'll have like 200 kids in here on a Sunday afternoon, like for a matinee, like hardcore show. It's fucking sick.
So sweet.
That's awesome.
And there's no other burger place in town doing that.
No.
Not not to disparage anybody else in town, but no one else is on that vibe.
No.
And that shit is so important. That's what I learned with this little network in the studio that we created. When no one else is doing something, not only are you basically cornering the market, but you're doing something people haven't had access to before. So it could blow up at any time. Like you said, word gets out, all of a sudden, guess what? The shop's packed now because no one else is doing it. It's the same with this place. We got people coming in here, thanks to Uncle Gramma, like meeting guys like you. Then when you're in this city, guess what? You're coming in here as well. And we're all in this together and we're promoting the shit out of you. And it's just like
Absolutely
lifting each other up. And we were talking to Big James about how that's how you build a scene, right? That's how scenes are literally built, is by the people putting in the work on the ground level. It's awesome.
Absolutely.
I love that stuff.
Yeah, so the next thing too, like the new project you were just recording, can you talk about that yet?
Yeah, fuck it. You heard it here first, I guess. As you know, I've been rapping my whole fucking life.
Yeah, man. You're a lyrical gymnast.
Yeah, thank you. I quit pretty much for a long time because I was just whatever. I was disillusioned with some things, and I just didn't feel the same way about creating the art. So I was just happy to kind of consume it instead.
Yeah.
But a series of events have happened, and I realized that I can't stop. So
won't stop.
That's it.
can't stop, won't stop. Fucking. So what it is, I'm coming back as a new artist. I'm not continuing on with my old name.
Okay, good.
I'm not even gonna say it because I don't even want to muddy up the waters anymore. But I'm coming out as a new artist called Drop Dead Ted.
Awesome.
I've quietly pretty much archived 20 years of material. There's still some old stuff out there if you know where to find it, but I'm not gonna tell you where to find it. And
Good.
yeah, and I'm not gonna really I'm not gonna make a big post being like, oh, I'm walking away from all because it would. I'm not big enough for it to be important without I don't feel like I'm relevant enough to make that announcement without just seeming self-indulgent.
It makes sense, man. Like, you're doing it right. Like, it's just
Yeah.
put it out.
I have like a whole strategy now for putting my content out instead of just uploading it into the void and fucking
nice.
expecting results. You know what I mean?
And it's cool. You got the time, like if nothing's actually fully put out, you got that extra little bit of time to not pressure yourself to make that plan. Like, and then the plan will work easier. As soon as you,
the other thing about it is too is like as a hip hop artist, I only have to answer to me.
Exactly.
I don't have to check with 3 or 4 other people about anything. So
and that's a benefit.
but the other side of that coin is I'm one person to absorb all the costs, but whatever.
Yeah, no, and it's
It is
worth
what
it.
it is.
It's worth
It is
it.
what it is.
Invest in yourself, dude, and you know that with the business too, right?
That's it.
Exactly.
It's just gonna...
And I'm a risk taker. So.
Yeah.
Man, and that's, dude, I like huge shout out to you for doing
Thank you.
For
Much
doing
respect.
these things. You know what I mean? Because you don't put yourself in one box. That's what I tell anyone who comes through here is don't ever put yourself in one box. Because then you're not growing anywhere. You got nowhere to go except right there.
You talking about having
I risk
threesomes?
of fucking sounding like some manosphere dipshit. Like I am really big on growth and like taking a look at like, you know, every year being like, well, what's different this year from last year? And it doesn't have to be much, but as long as it's a little more. And like, I mean, obviously, like you can't get so lost in that you can't see the forest for the trees kind of thing.
Yeah.
But just like, I've never been comfortable enough to be complacent. I've never had the good fortune to be complacent, you know, and I'm not sitting here pissing and moaning with a struggle story, but you know, I didn't have everything handed to me. So complacency is just like not, I can't fuck with it. I don't have it.
It's good.
I don't have it.
It's inspiring to hear too, right? Like if
and like I'm 43, man, and like, you know, most people are burnt the fuck out by now. I'm not even close to done. Like,
yeah, it's just starting, right?
I'll never stop. Like that's the thing. There is no stop. Like it's this till I die. Like, you know.
Exactly, man.
And that right there, that's the pocket of life right there. Like to be like to death metal to hip hop and then to have a thriving business. Like those things are so totally different, but to be able to have it all just because you're leaving the option open to do it, and then knowing that you have the drive that it takes. Like I tell Uncle Gramma all the time, I'm the laziest, most complacent guy ever. And starting this thing has been one of like the best experiences of my life because it's teaching me that, hey, if you actually do really try hard, it'll pay off.
Fuck yeah.
And people, if you believe in the thing you're doing, it comes through. People can always tell when it's contrived or forced. And like, I have this saying, like, pertaining, so like, in specific reference to the food business, I say, like, I always say, some people sell widgets and some people sell food. We sell food. We don't sell widgets.
Right.
And like, it's the same thing with music. Like, so like, some people just sell widgets. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. And
So,
there's no,
yeah,
there's
no,
no
but this
love
is
in
the
a
no
widget.
widget zone.
And we did a panel at a Ganbate anime convention here in town, and we were.
That sounds awful.
How ridiculous is this? But we were there like as a studio with a recording booth where people can record their demos to get into like voicing anime and all that shit.
Been a lot of Casanovas at that place.
And so we were speaking to a bunch of people, and as we're speaking to people, the very first thing that I said was, if you don't believe in yourself, why the hell should anyone else?
Exactly.
And that was the whole thing, and it got the point across. It was like, yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah, it's been a great group of people to tell that to.
There was like 7 people there. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, stand by your train set.
But it's
by it.
as simple as that, right? It's just, who the hell are you to say, believe in me, please, when you're clearly not
Well,
believing in yourself?
this is my whole gripe with artists. Either make the shit or shut the fuck up. I'm tired of the fucking entitlement. I'm fucking tired of it. Oh, I put all this effort into a mediocre song and nobody likes it. Yeah, it fucking sucks and all you do is complain. Shut up. Like,
make a better
like
song.
I can't stand entitled fucking artists that are upset because the world's not on their doorstep. Like, I'm fucking tired of it.
Yeah.
Like, and half the time, the people doing that shit are not making anything of substance ever.
No. And
Well, I said half the time and ever. I caught my redundancy there, or I caught my contradiction there. But
it's weird too. Like when you there should be no reason for anybody to feel that, oh, mine is so much better than yours. Everyone's putting in the same effort to their own shit. Why don't you just go out?
I put in less effort and mine's better.
Yeah.
And you know what? Even if we like the same shit, I like it better than you.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, talk about those conversations. Oh,
I am pro gatekeeper. I support gatekeeping in all forms. It's just another term for quality control.
Which I actually really do like watching you gatekeep online.
Man.
It's hilarious.
Dude, my first single coming out as Drop Dead Ted is called King Gatekeeper.
Oh, that's awesome. Like, I've seen you put so many people into a mental pretzel, not even knowing that you're like half trolling them. And it's it's great.
Well, no,
It's
half
so
the time I'm like, no, this is my genuine opinion.
Yeah.
like King Diamond sucks. I stand by it. Nobody actually likes that shit. Stop it. Stop.
No, but I was a really big Merciful Fate fan.
There it is.
No.
Yeah, no, you're not. You're a fucking poser. Shut up. Like, nobody actually likes that.
King Diamond loves King Diamond.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
I got you there.
I knew I would fucking love Ted. All the talking about Ted, I'm like, I can't wait to meet this dude. This is my kind of guy, man.
Well, we're
We
gonna
need
have
more
to
people that speak the truth instead of talk the shit.
Yeah.
You know, like this is what I'm all about. Cleaning up this.
Like, I'll
cesspool
talk shit, but I'll stand by it.
Yeah, you're not out here and being like, oh, and then running away. No, you're saying this is how it should be.
Yeah, I'm one of those, like, if I said it, I'll say it to your face.
Like, I remember going through like our first, like, I guess you'd call it like a heart to heart or a man to man, was out at the farm.
Yeah.
We stayed up until the sun came up, and it was like just sitting around the fire until the fire was going to go out. And we're like, if anybody was in the house listening to us, it must have sounded like we were just screaming and yelling at each other. Yeah, that's exactly right. Oh,
Yeah. It's like, man, they sound pissed. It's like, no, they're bonding.
yeah, they haven't had a sip of booze in 4 hours.
Yeah.
Like, it's been pretty much the same ever since. Like when I went to kill Tony in Calgary,
Yes.
Ted was Ted and Simon were sitting on either side of me.
Oh.
Yeah.
It could have been any of us at the time too, right? Like it really could have.
Did you have your 1 minute written out in case you got called up?
Me?
Yeah, you, Ted.
No, I just wanted to see it.
Okay, so you didn't sign up.
No, Grandma did though, and he crushed.
man.
He crushed so bad they edited him out.
This is what I'm saying. He won that Mexican drum off.
And anytime something comes up about like their drummer losing, I tag Grandma and I go, Grandma beat the fuck out of Joelberg one time, and so bad they fucking edited him out.
Yeah. And I'm still standing on that. I'm telling him that's our doorway into getting him back on Kill Tony to claim his throne. We got to find a way to do that somehow with online manipulation.
Yo, listen, I gotta shout out my buddies in Edmonton right now since we're talking about Kill Tony.
Yeah.
So I have two friends in Edmonton, Justin and Corey. Corey he's a hip hop artist. He goes by Poltergeist OD. Big shout out.
Cool.
And my homie J Reds, he's a multi-talented wizard and artist in his own right. And these two guys, they have a show called Dis or Daps. And it's modeled off of Kill Tony,
awesome.
like unapologetically, took the whole model, but it's through a hip hop lens. So they bring up,
Hell yeah.
so they bring up MCs and they do their minute and then we shit on them.
And then just
and
rip
like I've been a panel guest on one episode and like I eviscerated these guys. Like it was so bad.
So that's
one guy gets up there and he's like, like this was a really big experience for me to get up here and perform. And I was like, yeah, I wish we felt the same to hear it. Like, like just fucking just leveling these guys. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, like I think hip hop is just like comedy. It's not like comedy, but in the way where there are people out there that need to be told that was shit, or you're on the right path.
And hip hop needs it really fucking badly.
And exactly, because everyone's so nice and to your face. And it's so shitty.
No,
like,
hip hop's got snakes like on a it's like an art form in that realm.
Right.
Yeah. A lot of fakery and
I think that model to hip hop is genius. Like that makes a lot of sense.
They're really committed too. Like, right? The views aren't quite there yet, but they're getting there, and they know that it's not gonna crack off the first year. So like, but they've had guys like R.A. the Rugged Man, like Nino Bless.
No shit.
Yeah, so like these guys are fucking serious, and I think they've really got something. It's just we just got to keep getting it out there, you know.
Yeah,
so
Well, what I'm
yeah,
hearing now,
big shout out to those guys. Check out This or Daps on YouTube.
That's
we
cool.
need to make a trip out to Edmonton as well.
Yeah, well,
So we need to make a road trip, hit up Calgary, come see you, get all the Bastion boogers in us, do some music, then go to Edmonton and go do Dis or Daps.
I'd like to go see it.
Maybe we could talk about like a mini tour or something. Like
Hell yeah.
I'd be happy to like open or something. We could do like a mixed bill little mini tour. Like I could do 20 minutes to get the night started, and then you guys could fucking level the place. Like,
Dude, we could do a live Uncle Gramma story time from there. From each
absolutely,
show.
we could do live podcast every night too. Like,
we should do I want to. If we ever do this, I'll play drums for you.
maybe.
Well, it's not the right music, I get it, but you know, you're
Oh,
into some grimy shit.
Something's on me. I'm gonna fucking go off about something. I have a real problem with fucking acoustic guitars in hip hop, especially because I have a real problem when it's done by smarmy white guys who have this. They act like we made the song better because there's instruments now, and I always feel that that's why they're doing it, and I don't respect it whatsoever.
Yeah.
There's nothing broken, and you don't need to fix it. Fuck off.
I like that. That makes sense, man. Because like, no, I
Nothing's
totally
broken.
agree. Like if you're gonna do
Like the beat making and the sampling and the drum loops, that's the cornerstone of the art form. How fucking
sampling.
dare you?
That's it.
it's sampling.
You're not making it better. You're fucking whitewashing it.
Yeah. If you want, you can call yourself a country artist. Because
Yeah, like
they'll
that's
do it.
fine, but like these fucking guys that they think that, oh, my buddy plays guitar, so I'll get an acoustic guitar track over my beat. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's weird, man.
I fucking hate it. It's corny. It's fuck off.
Man, I've been going on this big kick on YouTube, going through rap samples and
Yeah.
the songs they go into. So it'll show you
Yeah.
this is the original song, this is the sample
Yeah.
that they took from that
Yeah.
song, then tone and pitch and reverse and all the stuff. And my mind was absolutely just exploded. Like Herb Alpert, the great Herb Alpert, the trumpeter. I had no idea that his song was the groundwork, literally at the ground level, for Hypnotize by Biggie. I had no idea.
Yep.
And there's so many stories like
Herb
that.
Alpert, James Brown is probably one of the most sampled artists.
Yeah.
James Brown and Funkadelic
Yeah.
are probably the two most influential groups ever because they've continued to influence entirely new styles of music
Yeah.
for as long as they'll live. Like there's no other artist really that's like been the forefathers of multiple genres of music.
Yeah. And it's
Like I stand by it. James Brown, hardest working man in show business, is the most apt title ever.
I wholeheartely agree. And
Do you know the
his
story
band,
about my favorite James Brown story? Is he's tracking one day. He's tracking one day, and the band they're doing take after take after take.
Yeah.
And he goes, you know what? Everybody go for a smoke. He sends them all for a smoke break. Records all their parts, and when they come back, he plays it for them, and then he fired them.
That's badass.
Yeah.
I
Sent
love
them
it.
for a smoke, did all their parts, showed them how bad they were, and said, "Get the fuck out."
I love that.
You gotta be a hard worker to
Like
be able to pull
Rick
that.
James used to do shit like that too. Like he'd be
Yeah.
like, I don't know why I hired you. I can do this. I'm trying to hire you to fucking streamline this, and you're making it worse. Like,
Yeah. And
Prince was like that too. Like, I don't
Yes.
need you here. Like, I want you here. I don't need you here.
yes. Yeah. And like just
so
to think
talented.
that you could have all the talent in the world just to yeah, no, I wholeheartedly agree. I'm still thinking about Clyde Stubblefield, Jabbo Starks, all the two drummers that
Roy
played for
Ayers,
Yeah.
fucking
Oh.
Lee Dorsey.
Oh man,
Name drops are huge.
all of this stuff it basically created
the
an
Amen
entire
break.
subgenre from
Yeah.
having a drum break where literally the rest of the band stops, the drummer keeps playing, and they keep going, and then you got Cool Herc and Grandmaster Flash and all these guys who are just grabbing the break so people
Yeah.
would dance, and that's
Yeah.
how it's all created was because a guy heard a thing that he's I'm just going to flip this around. Now it changed the world. And
Yeah.
so for the producer or somebody in that right to have said, let's just leave the drums on their own for 4 bars and then everybody come in, that guy changed the world.
Yeah, but then but that wasn't in their brain when they thought that. That was
They
just
had
that
no
was
idea.
that was just like a standard compositional tool for the music at the time.
Yeah.
There was always this part of the song that was called the break.
Yeah. They had no idea
where
what that was
where
gonna do.
everything drops out. And those were the parts where they kept taking that back.
Yeah.
Like,
And
that's
then,
the whole cornerstone of the fucking art form.
20 years later, we got the hip. Anyway.
Sugar Hill Gang?
Yeah, I think
That's
so.
pretty good.
Pretty
impressive.
So yeah, thanks, man. We're gonna get you on there. I don't want to keep you.
Yeah, this
you
is
got to
the best.
catch up
No,
to your
that's
buddy
okay.
out on
I'm
the
glad
street.
we were able to do it.
It's so much fun, man.
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna keep talking to James. We gotta do this in person for sure.
Yeah, yeah. I know for a fact. Nate's coming out here. He's gonna be doing sound with his buddy Steve there on tour with
Okay.
Steve Hill. I just noticed that he posted the other day. He'll be out here in a month or two. I'm gonna try and at
Okay.
least talk to him for a minute while he's around. Obviously, he's gonna be working, but if we can get something going, yeah, whenever in the next couple months, we'll all hang out, and I'll make sure
Yeah.
to get all the boys from here, and we'll all get together and have a big old laugh in.
Take this show on the road.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Take this show on the road. Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's it.
I know I'm gonna be in Regina in March for a few days. I know that's
Right.
not exactly
Yeah, we
in your backyard, but I'm gonna be there for the tattoo convention that weekend.
Right.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be in
I
touch.
I told Simon too. I was like, if you guys can if you're able to fucking maybe come have lunch or something. I know it's a bit of a drive, but
yeah, I know. If we got
Anything
time,
can
we're,
happen.
we'll
yeah. But like
figure
I'll
some
be
shit
there
out.
for like 3 days though. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, and I'm just sitting at the booth selling my wife's taxidermy. So
Sweet.
yeah.
Well, I love you, buddy.
I love you too, man, and
we'll
fucking
talk to you
good to
soon.
meet you. And I can't wait to meet you in person finally.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking A, and
Yeah,
all the best
and,
with the business and
A lot of love, boys.
yeah,
That's
lots
it.
of love.
That's the one thing
I'm
this
just
show-
so glad that like fucking 20 years later, like we're still here. You know, like it's.
yeah, we're all alive.
Well, yeah, no, and I just mean like the bond is as strong as ever. You know,
Oh, for sure, man.
That's what
that,
I've been
that
learning.
that road bond is a very real thing.
Yeah.
That's the magic of this show too. Like I told Uncle Gramma, I had like an idea it would be like this, but I had no idea that it would be like this. Like it's just
Yeah.
the amount. You said
Well,
it
once
perfectly,
you
the amount of
realize how
love.
many fucking guys this guy like this,
That's it.
I'm sure you know a lot of people, but like yeah, like this guy
Nothing
knows
compared to him.
fucking everybody.
That's
So
it. And he's the glue that brings everyone together. It's like I'm going through
Yeah.
his life with him. It's a really cool experience, and everyone we meet is always so fucking cool. And so
Yeah.
I knew you were going to be fucking awesome. So to have this happen yet again, it just every time it gets us bigger and bigger, and we're growing, and just the love, man. So much fucking love. It's amazing.
absolutely.
All right, man.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
all the
boys.
best. We'll talk to you soon.
Hell yeah. Thanks,
Imminent
Dad.
tide, yes, Catan.
Cheers.
Take care, bro.
Cheers, peace, boys.
Love you, buddy.
Much love.
Oh man.
All right.
See,
Isn't that fun, Gary?
You know, and I get nervous too, hey? Like, I get nervous for these things because I don't know these people at all. And then every time I meet them, they're like the greatest people in the world. It's like, I guess it's one of those again.
See, the one reason why I love Ted so much, there's many different ones. And all of us, you know, for anybody that's been on the road with him, obviously, you know, he's got the voice of a lead guy. You know,
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah.
his voice
projects
carries
well.
across the
Projects
room.
incredibly well.
But
Just like Big
it's-
James.
It's the shit that comes out of it that just I cannot stop. It never ends. Like I am, you know, I don't have to agree with anybody, and like, you know, I don't have to agree ever with anybody.
That's it.
But that's the one thing. You could have great conversation with Ted, and he can get super into what he's talking about, and somehow you just immediately agree.
Ted, you are a legend, and I'm so grateful for our time together today.
Oh,
That was unbelievable, man.
Super fucking funny.
Dude. All right. You got any funny stories to leave us on here?
I'm gonna leave you with one thing because I just got I booked some gigs today. Gary.
Hey, okay, here we go.
And this might come to a surprise to a bunch of people, but I used to play in a blues band called the Blue Mules. They're based out of Saskatoon
I've
here.
heard you talk about the Blue Mules before.
Blue Mules are still around. They're still 3-piece blues band rocking out at Saskatoon. They tour around. They play locally. They do all this stuff. But back in the day, Trent, the lead guy, Trent Schmidtke, also from the Kenaston-Davidson area.
Shout out.
We used to go out to BC every summer for like a couple weeks. We'd play all these little small towns. We'd play the music in the parks. We'd do all these things. And that's a really cool thing about BC. They have like BC Lotteries actually
Nice.
puts forth a bunch of money to all the small towns to have a local centralized live music venue in the center of town.
So cool.
If it's in a park or wherever. But like a built-in stage that's always there. So one of our favorite places to go every year was Kamloops. Kamloops Music in the Park has been going for a really long time, and it's a lot of fun. Like their community there is very close. Kamloops is not as big as I thought it was. It's not that terribly big. It's spread out, but downtown in the summertime in that park is it's gorgeous. Like one of the most beautiful scenes to play to as a band when you're sitting on stage and you just look at the mountains and the river and it's like,
oh, gorgeous.
wow, is this gorgeous? Somebody's paying me money to be here? Like, this is pretty wild.
Amazing.
And there's a guy that runs the thing. He was a local radio guy, but he was also and is an artist himself.
Nice.
And he was once the singer, I believe maybe the second or third singer for this band, but he was once the singer for Prism.
Here we go. I've heard of Prism.
This beautiful man who I like to call my friend, his name's Henry Small. He's going to be finally leaving Kamloops for the first time in, I don't know, 50 years. I don't know. He's going to be coming out to Saskatchewan and Saskatoon specifically to come and hang out and play some shows. So
That's
Trent and I are going to be his backing band for
When are the gigs?
These are all in April. So we got a bunch of stuff. There's going to be a bunch of gigs with the Blue Mules and Henry Small. I'm going to be playing with him. So I'm just going to play a bit of Henry's stuff on the way out.
Perfect.
A song called Kiss It. And I just want to shout out Henry. Love you, buddy. Hopefully you get all your high chair time here before the end of the year. All right. Love it. We'll talk to you guys soon. See you next episode. Just need to play this song. Here we go. So the other cool thing about this is Henry is a guitar god, except for he plays violin or fiddle with a wah pedal. That's all. He's like the Hendrix of the fiddle. It's nuts.